Hello Star Wars YouTube fans, thank you for visiting my channel today, Johnny Star Wars. You may have seen today at the New York Toy Fair news of a brand new Star Wars retro collection of 3.75 figures based on the original vintage figures from the 70s. So I'll just give you the sort of brief that Hasbro's put out with regards to these figures, and then I'll move on to sort of just give you a few of my thoughts and feelings about this particular line of figures. So, as described by Hasbro, inspired by Star Wars 70s style action figures, the Star Wars Retro Collection 3 3/4 inch scale figures feature original Kenner figure design and detailing and make a great addition to any nostalgic fan's Star Wars collection. Imagine the excitement of the 70s when the Star Wars original trilogy had just begun and Kenner began releasing classic Star Wars figures for avid fans of the space saga. With figures inspired by the original sculpt and design of the 70s, the Star Wars Retro Collection lets fans and collectors continue their collection from a galaxy far, far away. So in this retro collection, we've got 6 of the first 12 figures originally released. We've got Chewbacca, Darth Vader, Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, and the Stormtrooper. So if you take a look at these images, you'll notice that the card backs are sort of photoshopped with a distressed look to them. So sort of the card corners and sides have got some distress marks to them, trying to, I guess, give that vintage style feel to them. They've also got the on the card backs the retro collection logo. I haven't seen any pictures of the backs of the cards, but I assume they probably be very similar to the 12 backs that originally come out. It's surprising that they've only just come out with 6 figures so far. I thought they might have come out with the full 12, so it'd be interesting to see how this line does do. You know, if they do continue with the whole line of figures, or if they do, as a, you know, maybe introduce some figures that we didn't get originally. So I'd be interested to know your thoughts and feelings about the retro collection, good or bad, so let me know in the comments below. I think for myself, I can completely understand why Hasbro would do a launch of this. You know, for people given the choice of spending hundreds of dollars or pounds on a loose Luke Skywalker, for example, or just £10 or you know, maybe $15 for a reissue, it's a no-brainer for most people. It's no surprise Hasbro are doing this. They have had falling profits in recent years. A lot of the new modern toys, they just don't sell like they used to. Some collectors buy them, but you know, you've only got to look at companies like Toys R Us that are going out of business, and you know, kids just don't play with toys so much anymore. So I think a lot of toy collecting now has gone quite niche, and it is generally you know, the older collectors that do spend the money on this type of stuff, really. Just looking at a few forums, you know, a lot of the sort of purist vintage collectors are describing this as just the last cash grab by Hasbro. It's going to disrupt for sure the you know, the secondary market, the collectors markets for figures. It's going to cause quite a lot of confusion, you know, particularly with figures and weapons and things like that. No doubt they're going to have different date stamps and things, so serious collectors will sort of you know, be able to tell the difference. But I think ultimately, I think it will cause a decline in the value of some of the vintage collection figures. People, you know, given a choice, they just don't need to spend the money to get those sort of figures now, really. For me, I think I would rather have seen retro style figures that weren't originally released. So, you know, for example, a Tarkin, a Rebel Trooper, a Biggs, a Sand Trooper, etc. I think Hasbro's done a great job with the vintage collection. Superb line of figures and super articulated, but still with that nostalgic touch. So I think ultimately it could be a little bit of a dangerous move for Hasbro. It might turn off some collectors from the Star Wars line completely, but I guess time will tell. So again, let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments below, and thanks for watching today. Thank you for watching my video today. If you'd really like to help support the channel, please give me a big thumbs up and leave a comment. This really does help grow the channel. Also in the description you'll see a link to my Redbubble page. Please consider visiting this for some cool merchandise. Anything you do buy will really go to help bring you exciting future content. Many thanks for watching.